Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. To whoever might be out there, I don't know if anyone's even watching. Whew. Here we are. It's Tuesday, April 2nd, 9:39 a.m. I'm a little late this morning. Siri is going to say something to me, which I did not ask Siri to do anything. Siri, can you please go away? I don't know what the hell. Anyhow, 9:39. It's about looks like it's 61 degrees Fahrenheit. We're supposed to get a high of 75 today, so we're warming back up. Looks like. And anyhow, here we are the day after my big 10,000 step, 4.5 miles. Hey, Jolie. I see Jolie's there. And I gotta admit, I'm a little wore out today. I didn't think that, I really didn't think it would be that big of a deal, 10,000 steps, big deal. But I don't know. I think I'm going to take the day off and let my body recover a little bit, and then we'll resume it tomorrow. The 10,000 walk. I think it'd probably be best if I take the day off on that, just to make sure. I am feeling a little bit better than I was last night, as far as walking around and stuff. But yeah, I think I'm going to take today off and recover. And we'll do that tomorrow. And then that will give me today to reacquaint myself with this goddamn thing. Here's the gimbal. Now, I had it on the charger all day. It's all charged up. I went ahead and rewatched the videos on it to refresh my memory on how to work the damn thing. So we'll see how it goes. It looks like it might just be you and me today, Jolie, in the chat. Got a late start. I didn't put House Sparks in the title. Is that what it takes, people? Is that what it takes, really? And I'm not in front of my green screen. Maybe that's a thing. I'm at the old spot here in front of the old microwave oven in my apartment. And but it's Tuesday. And this is when I normally go on. Well, usually a little bit earlier than this. But I just sort of slept in. I'm kind of wore out. But yeah, Jolie says it's going to be in the 70s there, and back where she's at. Tomorrow the high will be in the 40s. Yeah, this is got some real weird kind of up and down weather. I looked at yesterday. I looked at I guess it was a 10-day forecast or whatever, and I did see we're going to have the 75-degree day, and then I think we're supposed to have an 80-degree day, and then the day after that, I think it's supposed to be a 57-degree day, the high, So then we're doing that too. We're kind of going back and forth, but that does happen in spring, where it's kind of volatile, and you get the, it'll kind of tease you with these warm days, and you're like, oh, spring is here, and then you get the colder days and stuff. And you get the April showers, which will bring May flowers. So, we got that going for ourselves, I guess. According to my iPad, it says we have 4 watching. We got 7 thumbs up, so that's pretty good, pretty ratio. But the only one chatting is Jolie. So I guess I don't know what's going on there. But okay, so what's going on today? We got, I was just watching a little Thom Hartmann, and I guess the judge in that case is that a documents case or is that the hush money case? I guess it's the hush money case. Had to issue a stronger gag order because Donald Trump can't keep his mouth shut. Hey, there's Ask, and he keeps saying threatening things, not only to staff members, but to the judge's daughter. But Ask is here. Ask says hi. Robert Perpone is here. Is saying hello. As people mosey on into the chat here. Today's going to be a laid-back chat as I kind of, the day after my big 10,000 step walk, which I didn't think was that big of a deal, but apparently it is when you're an old 63-year-old man and who's out of shape. And so, yeah, I'm feeling kind of, I'm kind of groggy just because I just woke up a little while ago. I was out last night Ubering. And everything. So by the time I get home and get to bed and everything, it's like 3 a.m. So we got that. And then I just kind of slept. Usually I just wake up on my own, like at 7 a.m. or something. Today I woke up and it was like, I didn't have my glasses on. But I go, is that what it is? Is that what I think it is? And then I put my glasses on, and yep, it was like 8:49 or something like that. And I'm like, oh, I'm late. I'm running late. Marcus Mills at work can't chat. Well, thanks for at least that little bit of chatting, but thanks for being here, Marcus. I'm glad you're here, checking us out. Robert Propon says, you look like you got some sun. Oh, really? My little red. I was out in the sun yesterday. I guess it was kind of sunny. Yeah, I might have got a little red, huh? Jolie says, thanks for popping in, Marcus Mills. Yep, I second that motion. Marcus Mills, thumbs up. Thank you so much. WW says, welcome to the chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. Learn more. West member 1 month. Snow here tomorrow. West member 1 month. Not sure what that is right now. I'm not sure what you just said. Okay, apparently you're going to have snow in Illinois tomorrow. That's about all I got out of that. WW, you have West blocked. I do not have West blocked. So I was here typing. All right, you little typist. No one has blocked you, Wes, so whatever it is, it's something that you did. Although you probably should be blocked sometimes. I didn't. Well, you know what? I kind of take that back, because on that Springsteen concert, I didn't block you. I think I did, because I got mad at you. I think I did. It wasn't a permanent ban. I think it was. I think I did put like a. I don't even know what it's called. It was a kind of like a long time out, I guess. So you might still be on timeout. So you might be right. I guess you're right. Wes, W, whatever. Come to think of it, but it's. I think it's just temporary. It's not. There's not a permanent banning or blocking or anything of that nature. Let's see. Where am I at here? Let's go over here. If I go on here, I can see more stuff. Let's see. Yeah, I think I put you in a timeout for like whatever the longest time is. So yeah, I guess, but you're not like permanently blocked or whatever. Let's see, we got Tim Yak just trucking through. Hey there, Tim Yak, good to see you. Thanks for yakking. W, I copied and pasted. That's why it was weird. That's why it was a weird post, because it had weird stuff in it. Not weird, but like 1 month member and all that stuff. What did I say? Oh, Springsteen, what did I say? Oh, I don't know. Let's not even get into it. That's just water under the bridge. Let's just not get into that. Hey, Jeannie is here. Hey, Jeannie. Good to see you. Glad you're stopping by. Today we're just doing a super laid back show because I'm kind of like tired and sore from doing my 10,000 steps yesterday. WW, I love Bruce. I love Bruce too. Julie says, so Julie's getting into it, or is explaining it. You and Adam were being snotty to each other, killing our fun vibes. I timed you both out a couple of times. In case you forgot, W. Mad Max, Slava Ukraini, right back at you. Thanks for being here, Mad Mac. W, I kind of remember that. You must have been stoned or something. So yeah, Mad Mac is here. Good to see you. Mad Mac was watching the 10,000 step deal yesterday. Fiasco? Maybe we could call it a fiasco. I don't know. But I did do it. I completed it. And I got my 10,000 steps in yesterday. And so now today I'm just going to have a recovery day. And then tomorrow we'll try it again. Now, if I was smart, I would do like Mad Mac was saying. And that is I should probably work up to it. Maybe do 2,000 steps and then, 5,000 steps and then 7 or whatever, and work up to the 10. But, I guess I could do that and then resume the actual 10,000 steps a day after I've worked up to it. Maybe, I wonder if I should do that. Do you guys think I should do that? Or should I just go ahead and tomorrow just jump right back into 10,000? I don't know. I guess I'll play it by ear. I'll see how I feel tomorrow. Bad Max says 48 hours will usually be the worst pain, so be prepared for tomorrow. Uh-oh. Yeah, because I am feeling better today than I was like last night or yesterday afternoon after the 10th thing. I was kind of hobbling around here, and now I feel a little bit better. But so yeah, we'll see how tomorrow feels. I should probably do some walking today, just to sort of stretch things out. Don't want to pull a hammy. Hey, there's Fancy. Good to see. Never fear, Fancy is here. WW says you need to follow what your body is telling you. Yeah, we'll figure something out because I want to keep doing that. I want to keep doing the thing. I just might delay it. I might do a few days of just doing some walking, shorter distances, and then resume the 10,000 steps a day for 30 days along the Las Vegas Strip a little bit later. Julie was just going to say the same thing at WW. Fancy says hi, Trucker John. And W says, I am all achy today, probably because of this storm front. 5 minutes every hour, stand and stretch. Yeah, I need to do some stretching. More stretching, I guess. But yeah, it was fun. It's kind of cool. I'm still thinking about the Pinball Museum, or Hall of Fame. It's not a museum, it's a Hall of Fame. That's kind of cool. I might want to go back there. Last night, I just posted a video. I don't know if you guys have had a chance to see it yet, but as I was finishing my Ubering, I was driving by the Tropicana, I went ahead and shot a little bit of video. Hey, 56 Nick Rich is here. Good to see you, Nick. Because it was just hours away from being shut down forever. The Tropicana Hotel Casino has been here since 1957. And that's it. They're done. They're closed now. Now they're saying the actual demolition is not set until all the way till October, which I find is kind of weird time to start doing that, because that's when they're going to be doing Formula One. Although this is down the street from Formula One, so it's kind of out of the way. But it seems like they're going to start doing demolition at that intersection there, Tropicana and Las Vegas Boulevard, and then just down another, I don't know, half a mile or so is Harmon, or maybe it's a mile, but whatever. And then that's where the Formula One is, so they're going to be setting up there. So it's just going to, the traffic is just going to be so gnarly. But you know, it always is. It always is. So what are you going to do? WW says, I think we were having sleet or frozen rain. WW says, hot to work in the summer. Yeah, well, they get paid to work in the summer. But that's true. I mean, you don't want to do it. You probably don't want to do it in July or August. Still no decision on whether or not they're going to do an implosion or not. Everybody wants an implosion because everybody loves to watch the implosion, apparently. But I have a feeling that they're not going to do that because it is really close to the airport. I guess there's concerns about that. And it is right on the corner. That main front tower is right there, pretty much on the corner, and right across the street is the MGM Grand. I mean, it's not too far away, New York, and stuff. So it might just be too close to. It's not like the old days when they were imploding. There was still a lot of space between the casinos, but now everything is so close together. So I guess they're just gonna do an old-fashioned wrecking ball type of thing, maybe. And in the meantime, they'll be stripping it out. They're gonna try to take out that that thing. If you guys saw on the live stream yesterday, like that stained glass ceiling that they had. I don't know how long that's gonna take. That seems like that's one hell of a job, getting that thing out of there and without destroying it. And they'll probably be, stripping it of all of its furnishings. I imagine. I don't think they're just gonna. I don't think they're just toss that shit. It seems like they might try to sell the furniture, some of the furnishings and stuff, or whatever they're gonna do. But that's gonna be a big process of getting everything all stripped out. I don't know if they try to salvage anything or whatever, but. And then maybe, there's a lot of things. There's like bungalows, there's the swimming pool areas. They might start demolishing those early. Maybe that wasn't, with that report that came out, they were maybe just talking about like the main towers. But there's a lot of other things they could start ripping out. A lot of the landscaping and the palm trees and all that shit. WW says they can work further north in the summer, can't work up north in the winter. Okay, I guess you're talking about Illinois or something. So, Fancy says, what are they going to replace it with? Well, that's where the proposed baseball stadium. They want to put a baseball stadium there because the Oakland A's say that they're coming down here to move their franchise to Las Vegas. So the proposal is to build a stadium there, and also they want to put a new hotel up there. And it's not that big of a parcel of land. A lot of people are saying, how are they going to get a stadium and a hotel resort, and then where are they going to have parking? So it's there's a lot of question marks about it. But as of now, that's supposed to be where the stadium's going to go. Bad Max says, how many floors is the Tropicana? I don't know. I don't know. It's pretty big, though. It's pretty tall. I don't know. I guess, I don't know if W put that in his little thing here. I see he's got a little report on the Tropicana. I don't know. They were pretty tall. I would say it's got to be 30 stories or whatever. Maybe. I don't know. Is it 30? I don't know. But they have two towers, actually, and I think they were both the same height. It was a pretty big place. It was a very, I'm telling you, I can remember going there in the 80s and the 90s, and it was really beautiful, really beautiful. And I stayed there more than once, and I did have that story I told you about where I got the suite, the top floor suite, which was amazing. And it was just one of those things where I just lucked out, I guess. I went in to get a room, and I guess all the regular rooms were booked up, but they had the suites just sitting there. And maybe things were a little different then, where I guess they didn't want empty rooms. And they were like, yeah, we can give you this suite for just the price of a regular room. And which I think at that time was like literally like 35 or 40 bucks. This is like in the late 90s, I guess. And I was like, yeah, sure. So I go up, they give me the room key, I go up top floor of the front tower, and I'm like amazed. I'm like, oh my God, look at this fucking room. I mean, it wasn't just a room. It was like a swanky, millionaire's apartment or something. I mean, it had like a separate, big, huge, beautiful bedroom. It was furnished beautifully. It had this big living room. And it had the windows that looked out over the strip, and it had a full kitchen, and this is all like granite and beautiful. It had it had a in-room jacuzzi, and it had a sauna. It had a little sauna, it was magnificent. But I was by myself, and I was like thinking, why couldn't this happen if I was here with a girlfriend or my wife or whatever, But no, it was just me. I was just solo. I just was up there on a spur of the moment thing. But so that's my Tropicana story. And then also, I stayed there in the regular rooms one time. We were there for something, and I just remember the grounds were so immaculate. And now it's just sad when you walk around. Even these last few months or the last year, they knew the place was on its way out, and they were just doing the bare minimum of maintenance, and you could see it just really starting to get shoddy looking. It was kind of sad. Hey, Pisces Greeters here. I see Pisces Greeter in the chat. Good to see you. It's always good to see you because then I know that it's working. I can. But thanks for being here. Now, Nick Rich says, all of that stuff has been figured out by experts. Yeah, that's true. They have a lot of engineers and everything. W says, the Tropicana is the largest resort and casino on the boardwalk. Okay, I don't know what the boardwalk is. Maybe they do have different Tropicanas. So on the boardwalk, they might have an Atlantic City one. That might be what you found there, W, because they don't have a boardwalk here. But that might be the Atlantic City one that you're talking about. Oh, that must be New Jersey. And then you figured it out. Okay. Let's see, Atlantic City. Okay, yeah, yep. Mob Hotel. They all were in those days, when these were built in the 40s and 50s. So here we got everyone's greeting everybody. There's Twilight 83. Good morning to Twilight 83. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us here in the chat today. WW, no wiki on the Tropicana. Well, that's kind of odd, but I do know that it was, because I did look it up for the video I made. At the very end, I put down sort of the day it opened and the day it closed, and it actually opened on April 4th, 1957. And it closed this morning. Early this morning was the official closing, I guess, at 3 a.m. in the morning, and that would be April 2nd. I wonder why they didn't just wait 2 more days. You know? I mean, I guess it's not that important in the overall, picture of things, but the big picture of things. But I don't know. It just seems like the opening day was April 4th. Maybe you could have waited 2 more days. It would have just been, I don't know, sort of a real sort of bookend or whatever. But anyhow, with 1957 to 2024, and it's closed. 1283, good morning, Sugar John. Good morning to you. It is still morning here in Las Vegas, 10:03. Now, W says the resort was conceived by Ben Jaffe. Hopefully you're talking about, I don't know which one you're talking about. It says part owner of Fontainebleau in Miami Beach. The $15 million Tropicana opened April 4th, 1957 as the most expensive Las Vegas resort developed. Up to that point, W says, Tropicana includes 44,570 square feet, casino, 1,467 rooms. Mad Mac, you hit the big time now because you have Teresa, the official Pisces greeter, saying hi to your chat room. She only does the biggies, Trucker John. All right, well, very, very honored to have Pisces greeter in the chat. Suzanne Forisepi says hi to everybody. So good to see you, Suzanne. Thanks for stopping in. Nick Rich, I'm older than the Tropicana. Well, look at there. You outlived it. And there's some more greetings there. So yeah, thanks everybody for stopping by. I don't know if you guys, if all you guys are in the chat and that are watching, if you saw yesterday, I did my 10,000 steps along the Las Vegas Strip. Today I'm just kind of recovering. Just a little recap. If you guys weren't listening earlier, I think I'm gonna take the day off, let my body recover. And I'm actually kind of contemplating if I should put the whole thing off a little bit and maybe do some days where I'm kind of building up to that 10,000, because I didn't think it would take so much out of me. Actually, I just thought, you're just walking. It's not that big of a deal. But if you're old and you're fat and you're out of shape, it is kind of a big deal, I guess. Apparently, maybe we can do some live streams from Fremont Street where I'm doing. I'll do some steps or something. And then we'll resume the Las Vegas one, the Strip one. Philly 2000 says, I had a cousin, Joe, that worked at the Tropicana for many years. He's retired now. And there's a lot of people that have worked there that just lost their jobs today that had been there for 20, 30 years. And the thing, kind of a cool thing that they're giving severance packages out, and they're giving you $2,000 for every year that you work there, up to a $60,000 cap. So, and there's a lot of people that, like I said, have been working there 20, 30 years. So they're getting $2,000 for each year, so up to $60,000. So I thought that was kind of cool, at least, getting a little something, something. What do we got here? Ichabod Deer is here. Thanks for coming by. Ichabod Deer says, kind of ironic. I stopped watching pro sports with the legalization of sports betting almost nationally. Oh, Marie Giangreco is here. Thanks for stopping by, Marie. Good to see you. Let's see here. Everyone there's the greeting, everyone. Philly 3000 has stopped by. I'm glad to see you. He was a big shot, laughing out loud. I guess I missed a little something there about what that was referring to. Philly 2000. Okay, said I just read you. Sorry about that. So Joe was a big shot. Okay. Ichabod Deer says, too bad they didn't turn the Tropicana into much needed apartments. If they did that, those apartments would be very expensive. They do need low income housing. I guess, I believe there's a lot of homeless here. I think we need a lot of things. I think we need a lot of health care, mental health care. I think we need a lot of drug rehab facilities, not just here, but across the country, so they don't all just come here. You know, there's a lot of people that are homeless for a variety of reasons. A lot of it is sort of self-inflicted, or at least it's, I think, drug related, drug addiction related. So I think if we had better, drug rehab facilities and systems in place, a better healthcare system, maybe we would have less homelessness in that regard. Of course, there are a lot of homeless. There's domestic abuse type situations. There's, of course, low income, where people just are on the street because they can't afford anything. So yeah, we need more low housing or low income housing and stuff like that. I know, we want to make statements about let's turn the Tropicana into whatever. Yeah, but there's lots of things that we could do, that we should be doing. That's why I always say vote blue if you know what's good for you, because if we want to have any chance of making any progress with homelessness, let's say, and just fill in the blank, whatever it is you're passionate about, whether it's the environment, whether it's about workers' rights or wages or whatever. The environment, all that kind of stuff. I think we have a hell of a lot better chance of getting something done by voting for Democrats than we do by Republicans. Because all the Republicans will ever do is just continue to cut taxes for the ultra wealthy and cut regulations so that they can just do whatever they want with their businesses or whatever. That's my 2 cents worth. Let's see. Nick Rich says, John, planning on staying in Vegas long enough to see the next structure going in. Oh, you're asking me if I'm planning on staying in Vegas. Well, I'm not planning on leaving anytime soon. The only place I would ever leave, I think, would be if I went back to California, just to be closer to my kids and stuff. But other than that, I think I'm planning on just staying here and living out my life here, I guess. And I like it here. I really don't have problems here. I mean, this is just the desert, and this basically, I don't know what people think Vegas is, but it's just a desert. And I've lived in the desert my whole life. I grew up about 2.5 hours from this location that I'm at. So it's not like I'm a fish out of water type of thing. I mean, this is all pretty normal to me, and so I don't really have any plans of leaving. Ichabod Deer says MLB attendance has been lame nationally, real weak. I don't know. I haven't seen any figures on it, but I was watching the Dodger game on TV these past couple of days, and I did notice that there was a lot of empty seats at Dodger Stadium, which is kind of weird because Dodger Stadium usually is one of the has the best attendance year after year after year. And I thought for being at the home opener, the season home opener, it seemed kind of weird that there were so many empty seats. But it was Easter too. A lot of people may be out for Easter. We'll see. It's the season just started, so I guess we'll see how that plays out. Suzanne says, is the Tropicana as old as 62 years old? It's 67. Feeling 3,000 or they gamble it away. I'm not sure we're talking about that. About gambling it away. Oh, about the homeless people or something? I don't know. Think about deer. The right goes more and more right. Golf Marine says, hey, TJ, get a little burn going in your legs from yesterday. It's a good pain. Embrace it. I don't know. Yeah, I think what I got going on is more than that. It's not like the old days when you had a good pain and because you knew that you were, uh, working muscles that you hadn't worked a while or whatever. But there's something else going on, I think. Don Shepard says, vote blue even if you are a pure red USA because you want USA to remain the same. Changes happen. People are people. To hell with Nazis. There you go. Couldn't have said it better myself. Ichabod Deer says, the right was scary when Nixon was president. Not, it is far more right and is, now it is far more right and far scarier. I know, it's like, when you think of Nixon and you think of Reagan, you think of the Bushes, and each one got progressively, talk about progressivism, progressively worse. And then you got Trump. I mean, it's like how much shittier are they going to get? Just when you think they have reached, they couldn't go any lower, then they got Trump. The lowest of the low. Don Shepard, you feel safe on the Vegas Strip, Trucker John? Yeah, I do. I mean, I don't feel any less safe than anywhere else, I don't think. So, I mean, I feel safe. Don Shepard said, without mafia, keeping crime out. That is, boy, talk about the irony of ironies, right? Mafia, which are criminals, keeping crime out. No, I don't feel, I can walk the strip and I feel fine. So there are other areas though that, once you get off the strip is worse. Suzanne, I'm 62. Robert Papon, NBA games are always packed on holidays. Robert Papon. Think about Deer. It's been over a decade-long trend. MLB is losing popularity, weaker and weaker viewership and stadium attendance. I think a lot of it has to do with people just have shorter attention spans, and they can't sit for 3 hours and watch a game that when people say it's too boring. And so baseball tries to do stuff to make it not so boring. They change rules, try to make more home runs and all that kind of shit. To me, and I understand that from a marketing point of view, it is a business, and they're trying to come up with ways to always increase attendance and popularity. But just from my point of view, and not having any interest in that, or I don't. It's not my job to try to market baseball or whatever. My viewpoint is, if you don't like it, don't fucking watch it. People, can bitch and complain about how boring baseball is. Okay, fine, don't fucking watch it then. Watch whatever it is your ADHD little mind can handle. Go watch that. That's my point of view. But I understand that would not fly in a boardroom when they're trying to go, okay, our ratings are shit. What can we do? Because that's a business. They're there to make money. So, Ichabod Deer says, same with NASCAR, empty grandstands. WW's same as me, Nick. Rich was a 1-year-old. Here's Goth Marine says, I remember being on detachment in Yuma. The sun tries to dry you up like a water droplet. Sweat pours and evaporates in one smooth motion. Yuma, Arizona can get pretty goddamn hot. I actually don't like Arizona. Anywhere, like say south of Sonoma or whatever, is pretty much hell. And I don't really like Arizona for that reason, because I don't want to go to hell. Don Shepard says, I found this great slot machine in Circus Maximus a decade ago. Made like $400 in $1 coins. I started with dimes. Was so happy. Lost it all in a cafe the next morning. Did you just lose it, or did you eat $400 worth of food? That's a lot of food. WW says, I will vote for Uncle Joe, but Illinois Dems are all over the charts regarding government corruption. They say they are working on it. Well, I hope so. They should be. W says not just the Dems are corrupt, but they are the most. But they have the most power. Well, good. I'm glad they have the most power. Golf Marine, Patrick Peter says I live in Illinois, so both of you all are in Illinois. Golf Marine says the Overton window has been creeping right for 45, 50 years now. I don't know what the Overton window is. I have no idea what that is. 56, there's a jet flying overhead here at the same time. Did you heard my jet? I'm glad the people upstairs decided to stop walking. I swear to God, talk about ADHD or whatever, those fuckers upstairs are constantly walking. I can hear every step. It feels like they're gonna fall through the ceiling. You know, I get home late at night and I can still hear them walking around. I'm like, what the fuck, don't you guys ever sleep? Anyhow, Robert Propone says going to baseball games is much like going fishing. Both are just excuses to get drunk. Or if you just like baseball. I go to baseball because I like watching baseball. You know, I don't get drunk. The beer's too goddamn expensive. You know, so I usually have one beer there. Here's my routine when I go to Dodger Stadium is I'll usually get a beer and a hot dog, a Dodger dog. And maybe we'll get some nachos or maybe we'll get something, you know, something else. And then I get a bag of peanuts. I might splurge and get 2 beers. And they're usually pretty big. They're usually big tall boy beers, you know. And that will take me through to, you know, about the 7th inning or so. And then I might get a dessert, like some type of ice cream. They usually have like a sundae thing where you get it in the helmet. Or maybe just an ice cream or whatever, or the little malts, those little, you know, it's like a frozen thing, or it's like a chocolate malt. I might get that, and then that's it. I don't sit there and get drunk at a baseball game. Really never have. Even when things were cheaper back in the 80s or 70s and 80s. I mean, well, yeah. I'm not one of those drunk baseball watchers. I like baseball, so I'm a fan. I'm a fan of the sport. I like. So you know, that's just like I say. If you don't like it, don't go. Or don't. That's the thing that I find irritating is people complaining about how slow and boring baseball is. I'm like, okay, don't fucking watch it. Go watch the Tiddlywinks channel or something. I don't know. If that's what whatever, you know, that's your thing. I don't know. Go watch UFC, you know, whatever. Golf Marine says baseball is one of the defining parts of being American. Ichabod Deer is not sport, it's the ripoff that it is, from ticket prices to... Like I say, you don't like it, don't go. If it's too expensive, don't go. And baseball is one of the best deals actually out there. When you compare it to NBA or NFL, it's still way more affordable than those two sports. I mean, you can still get tickets at Dodger Stadium for like 30, 40 bucks, I think. Or maybe not that low, but like you can go out in the pavilion, you can get the nosebleeds up. I've sat in those nosebleed seats. I've gotten some cheap tickets. And it's been a few years since I've gone, but I've sat up there. I've got tickets that was really big games. There were sellout games because they were like almost making the playoffs. And I remember getting at the highest level up there, which right behind home plate though. I thought they were kind of cool seats. I bought tickets for me and my son, and I think they were like $20 tickets. This was about 3 or 4 years ago, but it's not like it's like back in the 60s or something. And you know, this is fairly recent. So as far as I'm concerned, baseball is the most affordable of the big sports. You know. Big Ichabod says, ticket prices, you cannot bring food into the stadiums. Yeah, so what? No one lets you bring in food. They don't want, of course, they want you to buy their food. Every restriction and price rise has hurt MLB attendance. No one, the NBA and the NFL don't let you bring in your own food either. NASCAR doesn't let you bring in your own food. No one lets you bring in your own food. Paige Beer says, WW, I believe some Dems and some rep government are corrupt, but I feel more Republicans. Sorry, my opinion. Yeah. I had breakfast, dang machine cleaned me out, I was being dumb. Well, you know, it happens. I mean, that's what you do, right, in Vegas. You usually end up giving the money back. Fancy, I am a Dodgers fan. Me too, Fancy. Go Dodgers. Don Shepard said, my dad used to like beer and peanuts. Haha. Yeah, I like beer and peanuts. Pice Grace says, Illinois has humidity, stinks, especially in the summer here. Yeah, I don't like humidity. And it can be tough. Midwest is tough. The South is tough. The Gulf states are tough. That's why I like the desert out here. It's nice and dry. I'll take a dry heat over humidity any day of the week. I'll take 100, 105, 110 degree dry heat over 90 degree with 100% humidity or whatever it is, any day of the week. Give it a dear. Have a great day. I have to go back to work. Thanks and goodbye for being here. Appreciate you. Appreciate your opinions, too. So don't think I don't, because I do. Philly 3000 says, you always see my stepdad, Tony, here at Dodger Stadium. If you do, tell him I said hi. I will if I see him. Actually, since I've been here in Vegas, I haven't gone to a Dodger game. I guess it's been 2 years. Been 2 years now. I'm trying to remember that last time I went with my kids and ex and everything. That was around the 4th of July weekend, and I think it was 2022, maybe. So it's been a couple years since I've been there. Now that I'm here in Vegas, it's kind of hard. That's why I'm looking forward to this new stadium, actually. But they're saying it's not going to be done till like 2028. So we got 4 years. And it'd be nice to have the stadium here. And then maybe the Dodgers, because they have interleague play, it'd be nice if the Dodgers get scheduled here. And so for sure, I would go to Dodger games. But I would go to other games too, because, like I say, I'm a fan. I'm a baseball fan. I enjoy watching Major League Baseball. And if the tickets are reasonably priced, and I know what's reasonable and what's not, but I mean, you're going to expect to pay, a certain amount of money, and but still, my experience is baseball is the most affordable of all the big sports, and and I don't have a lot of money, so it's not like I'm going to go to every home game or whatever, but. Like if they had the stadium here, and if the tickets are reasonably priced, I would go. Definitely, if the Dodgers are in town, I would try to see a Dodger game, and then maybe go 2 or 3 more times during the season, and I would have a fun time. I enjoy baseball. I enjoy watching Major League Baseball. I don't care if it's a 3-hour or 3.5 hour game. I really don't give a fuck. If I'm going to go to the game, I'm going to expect that I'm going to be there for the whole entire afternoon or evening. If I have something pressing to do, then why go? I'm not going to go, But people act like, gotta get this game done, or whatever. It's going to take 3 hours or whatever. And plus your time getting there and parking and getting out, you're in for 4 or 5 hour deal. Just block out that time, You block that out on your calendar or your schedule. It's not that hard, people. Let's see. Golf Marine says, I'm a San Francisco Giant fan. Boo Dodgers. Well, boo Giants, and we beat your ass last night, so. John Shepard said, Dodgers are more powerful, so no, they got that Angels Ohtani superstar. Yeah, they got him. He's off to a kind of a slow start, but Mookie Betts is kicking some ass. And Teoscar Hernandez, a guy I've never even heard of the motherfucker, and he's got like 5 or 6 home runs already. And he's been playing outplaying Ohtani. Dodgers are solid all the way through 1 through 9, so they're gonna win a division. They're gonna do it, but will they choke in the playoffs again? That's the big question, because last year was such a choke job. God damn it. That was pathetic. What they did against Arizona, what they didn't do against Arizona, pathetic. Truly, truly pathetic. Think about Deer, have a great day. Oh, yeah, okay. There's a Think about Deer, going to work. Thank you for being here. Philly 3000. You always see my stepdad, Tony. Oh, yeah, okay. I said that already. Yeah, if I see him, I'll say hi. Jolie says, I love going to baseball games, but not watching it on TV. Recovering, you can bring in peppermint schnapps in a water bottle. Yeah, people do all these things, sneaking in booze or whatever. I don't even bother with that. Pisces Reader is a White Sox fan. There you go. WW says, we used to go to St. Louis on Little League Day for free at the end of the summer. Got a couple of little bats. Don Show says, yep, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, including all her dough. Robert Popon, that's totally not true with NASCAR. You can bring beer and food, at least here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Okay, all right. So you can bring in food. Yippee. Robert Prabant, you are allowed to bring in a cooler. You can bring a cooler into the grandstands. Now, are you talking about tailgating? Or are you talking about bringing it in? Alvin Snoop says, had strong storms in southern Illinois last night. Be careful with those storms. Take shelter. Robert Prapont, no glass bottles are allowed, but outside of that, you can bring cans. All right, whatever, man. W says, went to Old McKiskey Field in the late 70s. I remember that old field. Let's see. Pice Reader lives in central part of Illinois. Don Shepard said, yeah, them race car events pretty fun too. I like Formula cars. They have Formula One here in Vegas, and I'm really thinking about trying to go to the race this year, because when I was driving Uber around on race night, I kind of got caught up in it. It was really exciting from what little I was able to see. I think I would like to go to that. Maybe do a live stream from it or something. I don't know. WW says, now I have that ADHD thing going. Driving into Chicago, parking takes the whole day. Yeah. Julie says, Robert Bowen, my mom used to call into school for me to go to the track on carb day. The school would send teachers to catch kids skipping. Nothing they do about me being there, though. WW says, for the price, I'd rather see a show. That's the thing. Like I'm saying, you don't like it? You don't like baseball? You think it's too expensive? Yeah, do something else. Robert Pope says, oh, I know all about skipping several days to go to the track in May. Yeah, it's a big deal, you guys with your Indy 500. I read a book when I was one of those Scholastic books. You remember you used to buy those Scholastic books? And I had one, I think it was called 30 Days in May, and it was all about the Indy 500. This is back in the 70s. This is back when, like, I think it was like Al Unser and AJ Foyt and all those guys, were in it. With the big names, Mario Andretti and all that kind of stuff. Don Shepard says, peppermint schnapps. Peppermint schnapps was tasty. I hear Jägermeister is like licorice. Bob LeBlanc is here. Bob LeBlanc. Support your local Little League then. Probably never swung a bat to begin with. No game and or killer of art and sport. Hi all. Hi all. Hi. Very cheery post there. Yeah, go to a Little League game. I swung a bat, but I didn't hit anything. But I swung a bat quite a few times. Philly 3000, if you know Tony Perez, the movie actor, that's who I'm talking about. You see him tell him I said, hi, that's my stepdad. I remember Tony Perez, wasn't he a Cincinnati Reds baseball player? I don't remember Tony Perez, the movie actor. If you could maybe tell me something he's been in or something, maybe I would be able to place the face. Rubber Perpont bringing it in 14 inches cooler or smaller, and yes, in the stand. Okay, whatever. Okay. So that was NASCAR. Okay, yay. The rednecks know how to let you bring something in. Okay, yay. WW says, I think the bottles of Bud were $1, which was not that cheap back then. I don't know. Don Shepard says, live stream of race cars would be a hit, in my opinion. Yeah, I could do maybe do a live stream from Formula One. I think I'm going to try to get a ticket to Formula One this year. And I think they did drop the prices a little bit because people were really complaining about the prices on the last one. Don Shepard says, with you, John, you need more views. I know. I agree. I agree with you. I wholeheartedly agree with you, Don. I do need more views. Mad Max says, an unopened can of beer or soda makes a mean missile, and that's why they usually ban bringing in your own. Also, why they open can or bottles when they sell the stuff and keep the bottle tops. Oh. Mad Mac, that's right. When I went to to T-Mobile, when I bought the Coke, they kept the cap. But the guy told me that he made a comment, something like this like the Springsteen, that was a Springsteen thing. Like they don't always do that, because he goes, yeah, we don't always do this, but for this show, that's what they want us to keep the cap. So I guess it depends on, maybe at least for T-Mobile Arena, it depends on the act. It wasn't like it wasn't the arena policy. It was what they wanted, the Springsteen people. Maybe they had incidences where people were throwing the caps for some reason at the stage or something. I don't know. Bubble Box says, hi, Jolie. I'm trying to be ruthful, helping to society, not ruthless. Alrighty, you ruthful person, you. Don Shepard said, yeah, people do dumb things and ruin a fun time. Yeah, they do. Nick Ritz says, is it surprising gambling surrounds sports? No, not surprising, says Don. Remember old Shoeless Joe Jackson, going way back to the Black Sox? Do you guys remember that? Pints Beer says, weird spring here so far, actually expecting snow tomorrow. 1 inch, only going to be in the 30s here tomorrow, and then goes up Thursday. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier, about the weather going up and down. This time of year, it could be kind of volatile. Mad Max says F1 is the best. I had a passenger the other day who was a total. He said during COVID he really got into Formula One. So I guess he said he went back, and I guess I don't know if it was on ESPN or wherever or on YouTube, but he went back and watched every single F1 race for like the last few years or something. And so he says, now I know everything about Formula One, and he's a total Formula One fan and a geek, you know. So it sounded, you know, his enthusiasm kind of made me want to check out Formula One a little bit more, because I've always been more of a NASCAR guy, and then Indy, you know, like, of course, you know, it's kind of like the Olympics, where every time the Olympics comes around, all of a sudden you watch sports that you don't normally watch, and that's kind of like with Indy. Like Indy would come around, and it was really such a big deal. It still is. I know, especially for you Hoosers. But even being out here on the West Coast, you know, the big race was Indy for the open wheel, and that might be about the only open wheel race you would watch all year. Would be the Indy race, the Indy 500. So it was a really big. It's always been a big deal, but it was a really, really big deal. It seems like more so even back in the 70s and stuff, like those Al Unser days, right? And but I've been more of a, you know, NASCAR and all that kind of stuff. But the Formula One looks kind of cool. I could get into that. Hey, MG Daniel's here. MJ Daniel, not MG. Thanks for being here. Good morning, everybody. When I drank, I did like Goldschlager, cinnamon with gold flakes in it. I thought Jaeger tasted like Robitussin. Hey, man, don't yuck somebody's yum, you know. Don Shepard, you meant Cardinals, though, I think. I don't know what that was about the Cardinals. Fancy says, got to leave early. Have a great day, everyone. Okay, Fancy, thanks for being here. Glad to see that you were here for the amount of time you were here. And we'll see you on the next one. So hit that notification button, and because I will be going on Thursday, like a regular talk show. But as far as my 10K a day for 30 days, I'm kind of up in the air. I might be delaying that a little bit. I might be doing some shorter walks just to sort of build up to the 10K. Because that 10K kind of took a lot out of me from yesterday. Philly 3000, he was in Scarface. Oh, you see his name when it starts, and he is in Hill Street Blues, Alienation, and many others. Well, that's pretty awesome. I've probably seen him then. I just don't recognize the name, but yeah, that's pretty cool. WW says, sealing up the bottles and shaking them, then throwing them. Yeah, another asshole move by some assholes, huh? You're throwing those things. WW on the scandal. The scandal. Don Shepard, Scarface, such a classic. Love that movie. Robert Perpon says, Trucker John, have you ever seen anything about the party the night before the Indy 500? It's like Mardi Gras along Georgetown Road, right next to the Motor Speedway. It's off the hook. No, I think I've seen maybe little snippets here and there about, they have the parade and all that stuff. I know it's a big deal for you Hoosiers over there. Philly 2000, I remember when Paul Newman used to race. Oh, yeah. He was a pretty good race car driver. Hoosiers, says Jolie. Robert Hoosier Daddy. Marie Jane Greco, I just noticed that the green screen is gone. Yeah, today I just set up, I was running really late. See, when I do the green screen, it's in the other room. And that means all I have is this little table that I have everything setting on, and my chair. So to do the green screen, I got to move everything to that room. And then when I'm not doing the green screen, I move everything back here, because this is also the chair that I sit in when I watch TV or whatever, So I didn't feel like moving everything today. So today this is the old spot where I used to do my shows from, and you can see I got my little stuff here in the background, 1960 right there. Right there, and all my stuff. Yeah, so today I'm in the living room area, but we'll bring the green screen back at some point. Robert proposes, Don Shepard, all I have in this world is my balls and my word. That's a funny thing to say, Robert Propon. Alvin Stoop says, I went to IndyCar race in St. Louis? Oh, because that's right, they have the IndyCar series. Bob LeBlanc says, play ball, build, and vote local folks. Have you seen the parents at the youth games? Would you want to be a player or an umpire? Am I the only one looping? Well, of course, there's always the stories, and you see sometimes the viral videos, whether it's a Little League baseball or the Pop Warner football, of parents being, so we say, overzealous. I don't know. I don't know if it's, seeing those videos really kind of sensationalizes it, or I'm just saying, I don't know if that's an accurate of the typical game. If it happens, how much it happens, the frequency. I mean, it happens with enough frequency that we probably all have a story about it maybe happening, or seeing a parent kind of just go off the rails or something. But I don't know if it's as bad as we might think, or as common as we might think. Sometimes we see these videos and it makes it seem like it's just happening at every game, everywhere. And I think it might be a little, less than that, hopefully. But yeah, it's crazy that when the parents just let the kids play, for God's sakes. You sit in the stands, just root for your kids, support your kids, but you don't need to get in fist fights or be threatening because you don't like a call from Blue. And in the old days, we would just say, hey, Blue, that's a bad call, Blue, or whatever. But that's it. That was the extent of it. You didn't threaten anybody. You didn't threaten the coaches because they didn't put your kid in when whatever. That's bullshit. and parents like that should probably just be banned from watching. Don Shepard, don't get castrated. Yeah, because now you got your balls. WWE says they will think that you ran the marathon. I don't know who they is. I don't know who you're talking about. Black Sox. Are you behind? I mentioned the Black Sox like a half an hour ago. Are you the one that's behind, or am I the one that's behind? Don Shepard said Paul Newman was one of my mom's crushes. Paul Newman was a handsome man. Great actor and a really good race car driver. WW says, all I've got, my good name, Robert. The rest of me doesn't work. Nick Rich had a message retracted. I know, I shouldn't even say that. Why should I shouldn't even read that. Donna says, him and Tom Jones, Elvis, Steve McQueen, Daddy Not Happy, but Copper? Oh, but coped. Okay. But coped. Well, those are some handsome men. Tom Jones, Elvis. I mean, you can't get any more handsome than that. Steve McQueen. One of my favorites, favorite actors. Steve McQueen. I loved him in, what was the Army movie that he was in when he jumped the motorcycle over the fence? That was a great movie. And he did his own driving. He's another guy who was a good, he could race cars and motorcycles and stuff. Very expertly. Nick Rich, what's lined up for the microwave? Nothing really. Tim Farrell, hey, Tim Farrell says, hi gang, busy day, getting my like and greeting in. You're all right, John. Thank you. But if you meant to ask that as a question, yeah, I'm doing all right. I'm a little sore. I'm thinking about maybe trying to put off the 10,000 steps a day for 30 days along the Las Vegas Strip for a little bit. Maybe doing some shorter walks to sort of build up my my body to it, I guess. Jupiter Judy's here, says, been listening, new rescue to handle, thank you. Wait, been listening to new rescue to handle, thank you, yeah, Trucker John. You're welcome. I don't know what new rescue to handle means, but thank you anyhow. Thanks for being here, Jupiter Judy. Always good to see Jupiter Judy in the chat. But thanks for watching. We got 37 thumbs ups. Can we get to 40? Can we get to the sporty 40? That is the question. The Great Escape, Don Shepard. Thank you very much. The Great Escape. That was a great movie. Had James Garner, Steve McQueen, and this is a big ensemble cast. I love Steve McQueen in that movie. I remember Nevada Smith. I used to watch that on TV a lot. I love that movie. Just a lot of great movies. Great Escape. Everyone's going to come with it. Don Shepard, The Mechanic. The Mechanic was the other guy, Bronson, right? What's his name? He was also in The Great Escape too, wasn't he? Was he? Yeah, he was in The Great Escape. But the Mechanic was Bronson, and that was a good movie. I like that movie. George Judy, I've been drooling over the celebrities. Oh, okay. All right. Jupiter Judy mods and Trucker John followers. Oh, hi. I guess hi. Back at you. Good to see you. Don Shepard, Trucker John is cool and relaxing and fun. The stuff he covers, Vegas and all. Well, thank you, Don. Thank you very much. WW stamina. Yeah, increase my stamina. Thank you. You guys are helping me with my vocabulary today. I have all the best words. I don't need your help. I do need your help. I'm just kidding. McDaniel says, MJ, I don't know why I say McDaniel. MJ Daniel says, Steve McQueen probably could have made a living racing. He was not bad. He was in the 71 movie on Any Sunday doing some desert racing. Oh, I remember that. And they did a lot of that desert racing where I lived, out in Victorville in Apple Valley. That's why I remember that movie so much. And another great movie he did was Le Mans. That was one of my favorite movies. And of course, Bullet. I love Bullet. Jupiter Judy says, new dog rescue number 7. Wow, Jupiter Judy. You're going to have like a kennel over there. Nick Rich, Bullet. Yes, Bullet was awesome. That is the greatest, I think, car chase scene in all of movies. I'll put that up against The French Connection. I'll put it up against anything. That was the best car chase movie. And Steve McQueen did his own driving in that too. Price Reader, my husband likes Steve McQueen. Charles Bronson, Dutch Up, yeah, Charles Bronson, my dad's favorite actor. I like Bronson, man. He was cool. Don Shepard, him and their Gunsmoke guy. James Arness. Charles Bronson, Elvis Stube. Yeah, Charles Bronson. Mad Max says soccer games in Europe used to separate fans. Yeah, they're the hooligans, right? Separate fans in stadiums with 10-foot fences. People packed in the stands, area terraces. Guys would pee into Ziploc bags, toss the bags over the fence onto opposing fans. Yeah, that's disgusting. And when people are doing that kind of shit, they're just there just to be assholes. They're not there because they enjoy the game. And no, they should all be banned for life. Robert Papal says, Indy 500 race day was all about the pageantry. Where else could you hear Gomer Pyle sing Back Home Again in Indiana and hear Carol Brady sing America the Beautiful laughing out loud? Yeah, where else? Nowhere. The answer is nowhere. Philly 3000 says, I want to move to Nevada, legalize prostitution, laughing out loud. It's only legal it's not legal in Clark County, which is where Vegas is at. For whatever reason. So, I mean, it's not like you think. Pisces Greeter says, hubby also liked Charles Bronson, Paul Newman, Robert Redford. Yes, Paul Newman and Robert Redford were very good looking men when they were young. Yeah, they were very good looking. I mean, yeah. And I love Paul Newman and Robert Redford. They were a great team. Of course, in Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, one of my favorite all-time movies, and The Sting. That might be was that the only 2 movies that they did together? Because it seems like, you think about you think about Redford and Newman, and you just think they did a whole bunch of movies. But I think they only did the 2 that I can think of. But they were great movies. The Sting is a great movie. I love that movie. And Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid, I absolutely love that movie. So, Mad Max says, the Great Escape tunnel was over 30 feet deep to avoid microphones the Nazis buried in the ground to hear digging. Oh, thanks for that little factoid. That was a great movie, too. I saw that quite a few times back in the day. Jupiter Judy says that John, 1 or 2 at a time, laughing out loud. Okay, I love the car chases. Yeah, you kind of foster them and then find good owners for them. That's cool. Don says, yeah, James Arness plus B and W Chester. I remember Chester. Now I have an idea about doing a reboot of Gunsmoke, and maybe as a series you could do like a Netflix series or a streaming series of Gunsmoke. And here's my idea, and I probably shouldn't say this because someone will steal it, and then I won't get credit for it. But okay, here's my idea, and I thought about this a few years ago, so it might not work now. But I was thinking like, okay, so there's a saloon, right? And this big guy walks in, played by The Rock. How would that be? The Rock. He plays Marshall Dillon. Okay, but at first we don't know. He comes to the bar, says, "Give me a whiskey," right? And he's all kind of like, I don't know. He's looking kind of, I don't know, kind of mad or something. And he shoots at a whiskey. And in the corner we see, what was her name? Miss Daisy or whatever her name was. And that would be played by Scarlett Johansson. She would be Miss Daisy. I can't remember her name. And then and I was thinking, so he's taking a whiskey, and then all of a sudden, through the saloon doors comes in. Now, do you guys know? Shit, what's that guy's name? Ah, God damn it! I feel like I gotta look this up. What's the guy's name? What's the guy's name? Let's see. I'm gonna look this guy's name up real quick. I don't know why I'm on this page. Okay, Walton Goggins. If you guys, you know Walton Goggins, he was in The Shield. He was in what was the Tarantino movie with Jamie Foxx? A really great movie. He was also in The Hateful Eight, and he's been in a lot of TV shows too, like the Royal Gemstones. Okay, Walton Goggins. You guys know who Walton Goggins is? Okay, he would come in and he'd be like a Chester. I could see him doing like a limp or something, and he comes in and he was like, Marshall Dillon, Joe Black is in town, and he's like some big bad guy. And then The Rock, who would be Marshall Dillon, he like puts down the whiskey shot glass, and he just has this mean look, like, oh shit, okay, I got to deal with this guy. And then back in the corner, we just see the back of this guy like at a table, like playing poker or something. And then he turns around, and it's going to be Doc, right? But it's not going to be it's going to be played by Arnold Schwarzenegger. And so Doc turns around, and we reveal that it's Schwarzenegger, and then he picks up like a double barrel shotgun, and he's like, yeah, I got your back, And then they go out to the street to face the bad guy. That's my little trailer teaser for a Gunsmoke reboot, where Marshall Dillon is played by The Rock, Doc is played by Arnold Schwarzenegger, Chester or Festus or whoever would be Walton Goggins, and what's her face would be Scarlett Johansson. Would be the hooker lady. I forget her name. But wouldn't that be awesome? I think that would be a pretty awesome show. I'd watch that show. Okay, so anyhow, getting back to the thing here. The chat, when I was looking up Gunsmoke, or I was looking up Walton Goggins, the chat is now all, it goes way, way back. So now I got to scroll down and see where I left off. Kitty, WW says, yeah, Miss Kitty. So Miss Kitty would be Scarlett Johansson. Wouldn't she be a good kitty? So I need to submit that idea. I think that would be great. The Rock would be Dillon. Doc would be Schwarzenegger. Festus Chester would be Walton Goggins. Miss Kitty would be Scarlett Johansson. It'd be fucking awesome. Let's see here. Rosebeck, Justified. Yes, Walton Goggins, Justified. Absolutely. Django Unchained. Yes, you guys. Yes. Thank you. You guys, you know your shit. Is Mish here? I skipped down. There's Mish. Hi, y'all listening mode home with Vertigo. Hugs. Ooh, well, be careful with that. Yeah, I hope you get your rest or whatever you need to do with the Vertigo. I've heard that's really a tough one there. So yeah, take care. Just kick back, relax, listen to the show, and hopefully you'll feel better. Don Shepard says it's a fantastic idea. Thank you. I think so. Jupiter G says Jodie Hamilton was on Gunsmoke when she was 8. Wow, she's a redhead. Yeah. Don Shepard said, but not with lousy writers. They ruin masterpieces. Well, of course, I would be the head writer. So rest assured, uh, I would love to be the head writer on that, and I would bring in my good friend Quentin Tarantino to sort of do a once over on the script. Maybe. WW says Predators, Raid 10, Lincoln, Django Unchained, The Hateful Eight, Maze Runner, The Death Cure, Tomb Raider, Ant-Man, The Wasp. Yeah, and if you've ever seen The Royal Gemstones, great show. I guess it's HBO. It's about, it kind of I just call it an expose on these giant televangelists. How they are just big, giant, huge money-making machines. And how it's just a big scam. Their televangelism religion is a big scam. And it's so funny. Okay, the other day they were talking about Lee Greenwood had been selling these Bibles out of the back of his truck before he hooked it up with Trump. Now they're selling them online or whatever. But as soon as I think it was on House Sparks was talking about. Greenwood had been selling these Bibles out of his truck at the rallies or wherever he was going, concerts and stuff. And the first thing I thought of was Walton Goggins' character on The Royal Gemstones. He's pulling his trailer full of selling his merch, his religious merch. I don't know if it was his Bibles or whatever he had. And it just reminded me of the same goddamn thing. I just thought, see, it's like life imitates art, art imitates life. It's just... they're just these grifters, shysters, just trying to make money off of the Lord. Off of the Lord. Jolie's reminding us that Chuck and John has channel memberships and super chats, and you can support the show by liking, subscribing, sharing, and you can buy me a coffee over there at the Buy Me a Coffee link. Don says, Scarlett Johansson's as Kitty spot on. Thank you very much, Don. I think Don's on board with the idea. And so I think I got at least one backer. I got one supporter on that. Rose Blakey played Boyd Crowder in Justified. Yeah, it was him and Timothy Oliphant, right? Was the main character. Mad Max says, you can only clearly see our tractor trailers parked when the Charger crashes and explodes. I was within 50 feet of Jacqueline Bisset. I was 14 and in love, especially when she was in the movie The Deep, of course. Every 14-year-old, where I was about that age probably, with the wet t-shirt and, yes, I still, to this day, it's embedded in my head. The wet t-shirt of Jackie Bisset. I call her Jackie because, I'm just that kind of guy. WW says it would cost $1 billion just for the talent. No, because you work deals. You give them producers. You give them a producer credit, and then they get a percentage. That's how you do that. So you say, hey, look, we can't pay you your normal, and plus it would be a series. I'm talking, so it's not the same as a movie, let's say. So I think that the financing of it, the structures are all different, and you give them producer credits, so then they can get a percentage of whatever it makes instead of having to pay them up front millions of dollars. There's ways around it, W. There's ways around it. And then you got to sell the show to them. You got to have a guy like me that's going to pitch the show to them and get them excited about it. Where they go, yeah, okay, I'll take a cut and pay. I'll take the producer credit or whatever. But I love this project because Trucker John said this is a fucking great project, and we get to work with Schwarzenegger. We have this great cast, and so we'll probably have other great guest cast members. We might get Stallone to come to do a guest shot. Everyone's going to want to do guest shots on the show to work with this great cast. See, that's how you do it. That's how you do it, my friend. Nick Rich says the cast doesn't write the screenplay. Sometimes they do. Mad Max Scarlett Johansson is so darn hot. Jupiter J says far better. I've had a 6. I'll feel better. Yes. Yeah, Mish, feel better. We're all thinking about you. We're all sending you some positive thoughts. WW says, my mom had vertigo, used to fall for no reason. Well, the reason she fell is because she has vertigo. WW says, and some sex and violence for Quentin. Let me tell you something. Don't you dare bash Quentin Tarantino. Okay? All of his movies are my favorite movies. He's my favorite writer, director, movie maker of all time. So don't you dare. Because I'm bringing him in as my partner on this Gunsmoke project. All right? It's going to be awesome. Trucker John, Quentin Tarantino teaming up. Twilight 83 says, Mad Mac, put your tongue back in your mouth. Well, hey, look. I'm right there with them. The Jacqueline Bisset, the deep, wet t-shirt. That's all I got to say. Don Schubert said, my dad had that every now and then, but he was U.S. military man, Army Green Beret. All right. Thank your dad for your thanks for his service. Thank him for his service. Rosebud Quentin does some creative movies. I love his movies. I love all of his movies. I love them all. Even, True Romance, he wrote that, and I could see that if he had directed it, how he could have directed it. I think Tony Scott did a great job with that movie. Reservoir Dogs, I love that movie. Pulp Fiction's, I could watch that a million times. I love Pulp Fiction. Just on and on. They're all just great. I think Django Unchained is a great movie. Inglourious Basterds, I love that movie. I think was Christoph Waltz was amazing. Had some amazing scenes in that movie. Hateful Eight was kind of a strange movie, but I liked it. But I could actually see that being performed as a play because it was pretty much all in one set, one location, and you could very easily do a play out of that. I think. Yeah, I love Tarantino. No matter what, I've seen some interviews and things he said that kind of jerky. I guess could we say jerky? And I don't always agree with everything he says or whatever, but that doesn't mean that I can't still like him and like his movies. Kill Bill. Whenever I watch Kill Bill, I'll watch Volume 1 and I go, this is like a masterpiece. Then I'll watch Volume 2 and I go, oh wait, this is even more of a masterpiece. I guess we all have our things that we like. We have our likes and dislikes. Some people watch Tarantino movies and they don't like them for some reason. I think they're beautiful. WW is having a flood for some reason. Rose Blake, Jacqueline Bisset was breathtakingly beautiful. Yes, she was. She was. And, yeah. Don Shepard says, people are sick of lousy writing, baby writing, stupid handling of characters. I know. I hear you. Andrew Petrie's here says, break 1-9. You get your ears on, John Goodbuddy. What's your 20? I'm right here in Las Vegas. Right here in good old Vegas. But thanks, Andrew, for being here. Good to see you. W says 2 floods, both sides of the basement. Oh, good old basement flooding. Well, I hope you got the pump. You got the water. You got the pump. You can pump that water out, I guess. Get you a pump. Get you a good pump. Because I don't know if you got any good drainage or not. So you might have to pump that out of there. Just throwing down towels and pull up the rug. Wow, that sounds like a mess. Now you're going to get mold. You don't want mold. Get some mold killer. Don Shepard says a little dancing, a little dinner, but be off the island by morning. Something like that. WW says, you know that I don't like him a bit. I didn't know that. And if you don't like him, then we can't be friends anymore. Sorry. Let's see. Nick Rich says, are those bubbles? Take care. Was that bubbles for the water? I don't know. Bad Mac, Django Unchained is his worst movie. Why do you say that? It's a fucking great movie. And maybe it's his worst movie, but I don't think it is. But I guess I guess it depends on what you think of the other movies. Django Chain is awesome. I don't know how could you say that was his worst movie? It's a great movie. Don Shepard says, why? Because he dissed Bruce Lee? Don't get me wrong, I love Bruce Lee. I didn't have a problem with that, to tell the truth. I know the Bruce Lee fans have a problem with it. I didn't have a problem with that. Robert Pepone says, it is very hard to have a 3-hour movie in one setting and not bore people to death. And The Hateful Eight was not boring at all. I liked it. But I might say out of his movies, that might be my least favorite. That's all I'm saying. But, it's Tarantino. It's kind of a love letter. He does love letters to his idols, like to his movie idols. And so he had the whole, Sergio Leone, it's like the spaghetti Western music, all starting the movie off, and just really took his time with that coach going across the snow. It was a snow Western. And there was actually things called snow Westerns, because after Hateful Eight came out, I watched a couple of, I stumbled across them, and I watched them, and they actually have these snow Westerns, and you can see how he got, from Django Unchained also, and from Hateful Eight, how he was sort of paying homage to those snow Westerns. Because Django the whole thing wasn't in the snow, but they had some of those scenes in the snow. And so anyway, I think he's a great movie maker, and I love his movies. That's all I got to say about that. And I know he's not everybody's cup of tea. They think it's too violent or too bloody or whatever. And W said sex and violence. He doesn't really have all that much sex in his movies. It's not. He's not really. He doesn't do like gratuitous sex. If there's something that there needs to be a naked body, he'll have a naked body. If there needs to be a love scene, he'll do a love scene, but it's not gratuitous in any way. And the violence is violence, and it's about violent people that do violent shit. So you're gonna have a little bit of blood, people. This isn't the 1940s where they just do a little pop gun and the guy just goes, "Oh, you got me." Okay, we've evolved a little bit since then. So if that's not your thing, then maybe just stick to watching 1940s movies or something. I don't know. Philly 5000. I used to love watching the old Tarzan movies. I remember watching Tarzan as a kid. I think it was a TV show or something. Mad Mac and Bissett had great knockers. Well, that's what I'm talking about with the wet T-shirt. I think I made that clear. Don Services agreed. Robert Pepone. What do you agree with about Robert Pepone? Oh, about Hateful Eight. I love the Hateful Eight. It was a big deal, the Hateful Eight. I mean, we went down. My family, my kids, my ex. We drove down from Palmdale down to Burbank to watch it on a special screen, because remember, it was all like he just did it in this Super 8 film or whatever, and a certain thing. It had to be on. It could only be shown on certain screens and everything. And I remember, and it was a packed house, and we got tickets in advance, and we went down. It was like a whole big thing, man, and it was fun. We had a fun day. It was a fun time watching this great Tarantino movie. So if you can't have fun, then don't do it, right? You guys want to bitch and complain about you don't like Tarantino, you think he's too violent or whatever. Okay, fine. Go watch Mary Poppins or whatever. Do you, boo. If you don't like it, if you don't find it enjoyable, then don't do it. If you don't like baseball because you think it's too boring, then don't do it. Go watch Tiddlywinks. If you don't like Tarantino because you think it's, I don't know, whatever, then fine. Go watch Mary Poppins. I'm just saying. No one's holding a gun to your head to making you go to a baseball game or making you go see Tarantino movies. There's plenty of other stuff to do. Mad Mac, I'm just trying to wind you up, TJ. Well, yeah, I mean, you kind of got me going there with Jackie Bissett in the Deep. I mean, yeah, every teenage boy who saw that movie, I mean, you had some spank bank material for a long time there. Who says I don't have it still? But anyhow, Don Shepard says, love them spaghetti westerns with Clint Eastwood. Yes, they were awesome. I love the Clint Eastwood spaghetti westerns. And also, even old Henry Fonda did one, right? And that was a good one. The How the West Was Won, or whatever it was called. Bronson did a bunch of them. Charles Bronson. I love all those spaghetti westerns. Jupiter Judy says, time to walk. Cookie, 10-year-old parents had dementia. I was called by a local group. So you got to walk Cookie. Take Cookie for a walk. All right, Jupiter Judy. Thanks for being here, and thanks for taking care of those doggies. Rose Blake says, Mad Mac, I am laughing with you. We're just having fun. We're just having some good old-fashioned fun. Henry Fonda. I did say Henry Fonda, right? Don says, go watch porn for naked bods, you sick-starved monkeys. Not hating on you either. Well, Jupiter Judy says, bye. Thank you, everyone. Have a great afternoon. You too, Jupiter Judy. We'll see you on the next one. You just never know when I'm going to be on the air. Could be tomorrow, but for sure Thursday. We do a Thursday morning show, do a Thursday afternoon show. It's the House Sparks pre-show warm-up. We do that at 3 p.m. Pacific time. Let's see here. We got Nick Rich, Wizard of Oz. What about Wizard of Oz? I don't know how that came up. Andrew Petrie is saying at Jolie, are those butterflies or something? I'm not good at emoji. And I don't know what that face does. It's like, I don't know. I'm not good at emoji. Let's see. Rubber Bones, Bang Bang, and the Snack Shack, and the Jack Shack. There you go. There you go, right there. Rose Blake, Robert, what? I don't know what that is. Well, and you don't need to know. You're on a need to know basis, and you don't need to know. Let's see here. I'll just leave that one there. W says about an eighth of an inch in my living space and more rain coming. Wow, that sucks, W. That does suck. Hopefully you can get the pump to suck that water out. Or however you're doing it. And Robert Rose said it sucks. I said it sucked. We said the same thing. Rose Blake, well, I never. Jolie says, I love how offended John gets when people don't like the same things he does. My brother does that too. Always makes me laugh. You can't not like Quentin Tarantino. I don't get it. Don Shepard says, what I mean, John, is there is effing jerks in Hollywood. Look at P. Diddy's saga unfold before your eyes. Want to get them all. I don't associate P. Diddy with Hollywood. But, anyhow, Nick Rich about 5 minutes off. I think I'm caught up. Jolie says, oh no, WW. And then W says, using towels and a shop vac. Wow, well, yeah, good luck on that. Good luck on that. I know that sounds like a big hassle. So, Robert Proponent says, Pulp Fiction is one of the best movies ever. You have to like Quentin for that one alone. I like all his movies. I think they're all great movies. I don't know why you would like Pulp Fiction and not like Django Unchained. Rosebake says the Diddy story is getting more bizarre daily. I'm not really keeping up on it. I don't even know what he was doing. All I know is something to do with sex. And then I'm wondering, why are people so hung up on sex? I mean, why can't they just have regular sex? You know, I don't know what he was doing. I don't know what he was into. I don't know anything about it really. But I don't know why people can't just have regular, good old-fashioned sex. Why does it have to be something that's going to get you locked up? I don't get that. As you know, Don Shepard says, I Playboy Mansion tunnels to actors' houses. I didn't hear anything about that. I didn't know they made tunnels. But is that illegal? I don't know. Mad Max says, I don't think I have ever seen a Tarantino movie actually all the way through anyways. Really? You've never seen, not even Pulp Fiction? How could you make such a comment about Pulp Fiction and you've never seen it, you never watched it all the way through? I wouldn't even comment on a movie if I hadn't watched it all the way through. Don Chipper says, why, huh? Zero publicity, also trafficking little girls. Yeah, I don't really watch news. I don't watch stuff. I just read headlines. I'm just a headline reader. So yeah, I don't know. If he's trafficking little girls, then I say lock the motherfucker up for the rest of his life and throw away the key. And cut his balls off while you're at it. Castrate the motherfucker. Whatever, I don't care. If he's guilty of that kind of shit, I have no sympathy for him. But I don't know what that has to do with Hollywood. Nick Rich, Bizarro World, and with eyes going like this. Jolie says, say Mad Mac, don't tell John. You're fired. No, I'm just kidding. Hey, look. Everybody has their own thing, I guess. You like Mary Poppins. I like Quentin Tarantino movies. So, yeah. Twilight 83. Hey, Twilight 83 says, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is his worst film. That was a great movie, too. I mean, it might be his... I guess it depends on... Okay, he's made like 8 films or 9 films or whatever it was. And you could say you like them all, but the worst of them was that one. That doesn't mean it's a bad movie. It just means that's the worst one, right? But I don't see what. Like I say, it's classic Tarantino. It's a love letter to Hollywood and to that era, that 70s era. I loved it. I loved seeing the seeing the old Hollywood, from the 70s. I thought it was a great movie. So I don't know. I guess everybody has their own taste, their own likes and dislikes. I don't know why you would put down Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It was a fun movie, great performances. I thought DiCaprio and Pitt were a great team. I don't know. I don't know why you would put down that movie. Maybe you don't know about movies. Maybe you're just not a very good movie watching person. Maybe you're more of a, you just like video games or something. I don't know. Mad Mac, it's sex trafficking. Okay, so yeah, I don't know. I haven't been reading about what they're doing. I don't know why. Why would someone be doing sex trafficking when you're a multi-millionaire? Maybe, I don't even know if the guy could be a billionaire for all I know. Why wouldn't you just have regular relationships? And I don't get it. But still, I don't think it has anything to do with Hollywood. The guy lives in fucking Florida. Maybe Hollywood, Florida. There is a Hollywood, Florida. Maybe that's what they're talking about. I don't know. Andrew Petrie says, flooding, living beside a creek, is that basement will be at the same level outside. Water finds a way. Yeah, finds the low point, huh? Let's see. Don Shepard, War of the Movie Liking People. Hey, there's Tabitha. Good afternoon, Chuck Jones. Well, good afternoon to you, Tabitha. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Always good to see old Tabitha. Mish is here. No firing Jolie. I was just kidding. She can watch her Mary Poppins movies, and I'm still gonna keep her as my mod, and if she'll stay, if she'll keep me, But let's see. Another great movie is Fight Club. I've seen Pulp Fiction and Fight Club so many times. I've watched Fight Club a few times. I think it's a cool movie. I like it. Interesting. It's very interesting, Nick Rich, Tarantino has loads of cash. People want some of it. There are lots of people that have loads of cash, and people want some of it. Andrew Petrie, Jokeron, did you watch Twin Peaks? Not really. I didn't. I think I may have seen an episode or two of the original, and then they bring it back, and I don't think I watched any of that. But no, I never really got into that show. Mad Max says, I read his statement that Django was his worst movie. I don't give a fuck about it. I had to Google his movie ranking and it said that. I merely repeated what had been already stated by the man himself. That seems like an absurd statement for him to make, but to me, because it was a great movie. It was a great movie. Whether he thinks that that doesn't mean he hates the movie necessarily. Like I said, out of the 8 or 9 movies he's made, I forget, I've lost count, 8 or 9. He could say that was his worst. That doesn't mean he doesn't like it. It just means that's out of all the ones he's made, that would be the one he thinks was his worst. And he can be self-critical. It can be, that's a whole different thing. And that doesn't. You should judge it on what you think. Mad Mac. You should watch the movie, and then you should judge it on what you think, not on what Tarantino thinks. Don Shepard says, because the rabbit hole runs deep into depravity and worst of human evil. No, they all ain't innocent, far from it. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, no. Okay. Julie says, my brother Lily just gave me grief for not having seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood a few days ago. I loved that movie. I thought it was fantastic. Don Shipper says, hee, Mary Poppins movie equal Trucker John's stealth diss. For your information. Don, you're on to me. You're on to me. Joey says, I do like Mary Poppins. See, I called it. Mr. Spock? Hey, Mr. Spock is in the house. Live long and prosper. Good to see old Mr. Spock. Did I say Dr. Spock? Mr. Spock. Nick Rich, no green screen, no filters today. No green screen. I wonder if I could do a filter. Let's see, without the green screen. I don't think. I don't know. Let's see. There's that. Make sure you hit that subscribe button for me, people. And thank you guys so much for being here. See, I could do filters without a green screen. See, I can still do this guy. I can do the purple Peter, the purple beard guy. I can still do that. I don't really need a green screen for that. So there you go, Nick Rich. There's a filter for you. I know you don't really like it when I do this guy because you think the voice is a bit condescending or whatever the hell it is. But what can I say? What can I say, guys? What can I say? But I can say that you guys right now that are watching and listening, you are the best of the best. You got that right. You sure got that right. Oh, yeah. You got that right. I don't need no freaking green screen. You think I need a green screen to do a filter? Oh, no. No. The answer is no. No. I don't need a green screen to do a filter, okay? I can just pop this baby on and then here we go. It's Peter the purple beard guy. That's a hard one for me to say, by the way. But yeah, so here we are. There you go, Nick. You got your wish. You got your wish. You got the filter. See, I've got my beard and all that good stuff. Jolie says, my favorite all-time movie is The Sound of Music. See, and that's a movie that I don't think I've ever seen it. I've seen bits and pieces of it. Does not interest me at all. And it's a classic. I'll give you that. It's a classic. And it's like a musical, right? About World War II and Nazis in Switzerland or something. I don't know. And I think Quentin Tarantino actually liked that movie. I think I've heard him reference that movie. But I'm just not into it. I'm just not really into it. I'm not into Oklahoma either, you know. Don Shepard said, not the actors only, the business world. Robert Propont, the fields are alive with the sound of Griswold. Wait, what? Big Hook, did you pull a hammy yesterday? I did not pull a hammy, but I am kind of hobbling around. Hey, Big Hook, thanks for being here, by the way. I think that's your first chat. So thanks for being here. We got 47 thumbs up. Can we get to 50? Can we get to the big 5-0? Big 5-0 on that. That'd be nice. But yeah, Big Hook, I'm going to take the day off today, let my body recuperate a little bit, recover. And I think I'm going to do some shorter walks and to sort of build up my stamina, as WW said, build up my stamina to doing that 10,000, because it really did take a lot out of me, more than I thought it would. It was 4.5 miles, and I think I'm going to do some shorter walks, and then we'll resume the 10K at a later date, maybe next week or something. Let's see, what else we got going here? We got Don Shepard says, like slot machines and card games in the giant eyeball thing. Oh, Don Shepard, I don't matter. Earthquake. I don't matter, John, but when you do the effects, can you do Vegas stuff? Well, I don't really think there is Vegas stuff on here. I only have a limited thing. On this app that I'm using, I'm just using whatever they have on here, and it's just kind of limited. There really isn't, I don't think, anything Vegas-y on here that I see. Don't see it. I don't see it. What is this? Oh, disco. We got a disco ball. Whatever. I don't know. Dancing Queen. I'm a dancing queen. Let's see. We got this one here for WW. Raining on it. There's really nothing Vegas-y that I see in the list here. Now we've got, this is spring. I guess these ones are supposed to be about spring. That spring pink leaves. Happy spring to everybody. Getting very springy. Springer Monkey says, holy fuck, can you stop screaming, please? Or do I have to find my remote control? Was I screaming? And I'm not even eating ice cream. And I'm apparently screaming. Well, maybe, Springer Monkey, if you weren't so hungover, you wouldn't be feeling that way. So there. What do you think of that? What do you think of those thingamajiggers? Okay, so I'm just looking through. I don't know if there's anything really Vegas-y or not that I'm seeing here. I'm scrolling. I'm scrolling. I go back to this guy again. Hello, everybody. It's me. I'm going to yell and make Surrender Monkey get a headache because he's hungover. I'm quite sure of it. I'm quite sure that he's just recovering from another bender. Last night I had a passenger, and she was going to a friend's house apparently, and whose name was Bender. Thought that was kind of, so the first thing I think about is that robot, right? So that's about it. I didn't see anything Vegas-y, but I did see these really spiffy, these little spiffy heart glasses. Kind of reminds me of Elton John kind of. Hey, there we go. Might do the rest of the show like this. Look, we got little pink shading all around here. But anyhow, so we got Big Hook, walk with a bike that way you bike back. No, thank you. I'm not carting a bike around. Julie says, hey, Big Hook, Mr. Spock, I'm putting Wile E in a portable coupe on the deck. Jolie, I'll keep an eye on him for a bit. I don't know who Wiley is, but best of luck to him. Andrew Petrie, Mad Max, such a great song. Oh, I missed whatever song we were talking about. But anyhow, Nick Rich is giving me a thumbs up, I guess, because I was doing filters. And Nick Rich loves the filters. I gotta tell you, Nick Rich loves them. Sort of monkey. Okay, I read that one already. Sort of monkey. I was doing music really loud because I think my neighbor is a twat. Well, there you go. You just you're gonna show him a thing or two, right? Let's see. We got Don Shepard, haha, Big Hook, Lucy in the sky, Lucy in the sky with diamonds. Big Hook, trails coming soon. Andrew Petrie, Sugar John, do the noises in my head bother you ever? No, not really. I don't believe so. But thanks, Andrew Petrie, for being here. Don Shepard says, pass the Dutchie, the 420 song. Pass the Dutchie. That's how much I know the words of it. Wendy S. Hey, Wendy S. Hi, all my sparkling friends. Hey, we're kind of sparkling a little bit here, yeah. And we got some sparklers here in the chat. Thanks for being here, by the way. Oh, Wendy S. Good to see you. Serena Monkey says, I am really, really drunk. My hangover is tomorrow's problem. There you go, chap. Donna O's here. Hey, Donna, I'll give you a wave. I'm gonna give you a wave because you were waving. I'm waving. We're all waving. Look, there's like little hearts on my hand there. Don Shepard, fucking twat neighbors. Andrew Petrie, hi, Wendy. WW on the left-hand side. What's on the left-hand side? I must have missed whatever you were referring to. Oh, monkey. Oh, monkey. Oh, monkey. Oh, you monkey. You with your neighbor problems and your drinking problems and your hangover problems. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, monkey? Hey, monkey, how you doing? Should I talk low like this so you don't get a headache? Hey, monkey, I'm talking low for you. I'm gonna whisper the rest of the show because I don't want you to get one of those hangover headaches. Anyhow, back to normal talking. Flood is receding. Okay, that's good for W. Don the doobie. Pass the doobie around. Don't bogart that doobie. Big Hook says, I wonder where the expression hair of the dog came from. I don't know, but a little hair of the dog could set you right. Donna O says, how's it going? Oh, it's going. It's going. W says, pass the Dutchie on the... Oh, okay. Thank you, W, for clearing that up. Nick Rich says, speed reading ain't easy. Andrew Petrie, laugh. I think it's a laugh type of thing. Wendy S says, Jolie, Andrew Petrie, Nick Rich. I guess that's a virtual hug or something. WW stay to the right. Surrender Mike says, hey, so is there a guy in Las Vegas just got arrested and 6 months in jail because he's a dick? He's running for governor of your state. He may be running for governor, but he ain't going to win. WW says, hey, Wendy S, or Wendy's. Whatever, I don't know. Don says, don't bogart that joint, my friend. I can see we got a lot of stoners in the chat because the pot smoking references are just coming in left and right. Past due time, says Nick Rich. WW says Ducci was the Duke. Duke of Earl. Duke of Earl. Mr. Spock says, I was walking up my road today at Jolie. The neighbor's chickens came out to see me as I walked by. The rooster had a huge flock of hens 14 plus. And he is what's known as the cock of the walk, I guess. Andrew Petrie, hair of the dog was Shakespeare. Oh yes, a bit of the hair of the dog. Mr. Buck, howdy. Wendy says, where are you located at, Mr. Spock? Don Shiver says, you stoners in the bathroom, shame. Mr. Spock, politics is for suckers. But just remember, all things are political. Robert Perpon says, I'm sorry, sir, but this is at Wendy's drive-thru. Yeah. I'm sorry, sir, but you're on Wendy's. I'm sorry, sir, this is the Wendy's. Please take your Dutchie outside, please. No Dutchies allowed in the Wendy's, please. Nick Rich, cannabis is thumbs up. Cannabis is just all right with me. Big Hook says, in the same vein of Eye of Newt, I guess. Eye of Newt. Mr. Spock says, East Coast of Canada. Wendy S. WW says, people are political. People are political. People are political. Don't you know? People are political. People are political. People are political. Oh. I just made up a little song. WW says Ducci. Surrender Monkey says, hi, I asked a guy playing his guitar why he had a funny French accent. He said he was speaking German. And wow, do they not like jokes. Ba-da-boom. Jolie's laughing. Don Shepard says, politics is road rage, way to lose friends, so I don't talk politics with friends much. Boy, ain't that the truth. But Dad always said in a certain company, in mixed company, holiday events, whatever, don't talk politics or religion. WW says, very good. Nick Rich says, I've got some buddies in New Brunswick and Nova Scotia nearby. Mr. Spock. Canada flag. Robert Propon says, so Mr. Spock, are you a Newfoundland or a PE or a Scotian? I don't know any of the answers to those. I suppose that Mr. Spock would have to answer that to himself. Let's see what else we got going here. We got Andrew Petrie. I live in Dildo, Newfoundland, Labrador. It's quaint. I'm not sure if I would want to live in a town called Dildo. I'd have to think about that. Wendy S says, oh yeah, I forgot, Mr. Spock. I have an MS brain. The last few days, my brain is pinging wrong these days. Well, I hope to get that worked out. Don Shepard says that, yeah, that's an ancient wisdom thing. Like, don't write in anger. It's all people seem to do lately. And I can't stand right-wing ass worm haters. Because the worms are people too, you know? You shouldn't hate worms. Mr. Spock says, that's cool to Nick Rich. A blue nose laughing out loud at Robert Brabon. Big Hook says, reminds me of the Pink Panther joke. I thought you said your dog doesn't bite. Yes, but that's not my dog. That's pretty funny. That is a funny joke. And leave it to the Pink Panther to tell it. Nick Rich says it's the mystery of the history that causes names to become labels. Wow, that's heavy, man. That's really heavy. That's so heavy. I'm just gonna go over here and think about it for a little while. I'm gonna go over here, or maybe I'll go over here. I'm just gonna think about that, what he just said, what Nick Rich just said, man. It's the mystery of the history that causes names to become labels. Man, that is some heavy shit. Big Hook says Shannon Tweed came from Newfoundland. Shannon Tweed, wasn't she like the Playboy Playmate of the month? Blonde that hooked up with Gene Simmons and had these giant kids? Because they were both giants, and so they had giant kids. I think that's who that was. Mr. Spock says, Laughing Out Loud, best scene in the Pink Panther movie. Big Hook. Don Shubber says, heavy, dude. It's heavy. Why are things so heavy in your time? Nick Rich says, that's the one. That's the one. Okay. Wendy says, yep, a Big Hook. My parents had a house near her family. Rose Blake, yes, John, it was. Andrew Preacher said, Joker John, I lied. I live on the other rock, Vancouver Island. Ooh, you lied to me. You lied to me, Andrew. We don't take a shining to liars around here. Don Trevor said, hee hee, hee hee, hee hee hee. It just reminded me of Michael Jackson. I reminded myself of Michael Jackson when I went hee hee, hee 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 hee. Hey guys, we hit 54 thumbs up. Thank you guys so much. 27 watching, 54 thumbs ups, 28 watching. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, share. Let's share the show out. Let's grow it so we can have more of these Tuesday Talks with Trucker John. This is what this is, Tuesday Talk with Trucker John. Robert Perpon says, I learned recently that many Cajuns in the South came from Nova Scotia. I had no clue. Neither did I. Don Shepherd says, still like Michael J. songs? I'm not a huge Michael Jackson fan, but yeah, he had some catchy tunes, no doubt. Big Hook says, former Newfie, now a BC resident for the last 30 years. Wow, congratulations. Nick Rich says, happy Canada Day, a bit early. I'm just gonna ask, is today Canada Day? But it's a bit early, so apparently it's not Canada Day. But on when it comes, happy Canada Day. Don Shepherd says, Billie Jean, if you're a drummer anyway. Billie Jean, she's the one that said the kid's my son, or whatever. I don't know, I forget. I remember that song. Big Hook says July 1st. July 1st is Canada Day, right before July 4th. Nick Rich says July 1st. So you guys have Canada Day. What are you trying? Are you trying to like upstage our day? When he says Canada Day is July 1st. Well, thank you very much. All these Canadians are chiming in. Yeah, it's July 1st. All right. Happy early Canada Day. Eh? Andrew Petrie, we call people from Nova Scotia blue nosers. Is it really cold there and their noses get blue, maybe? I don't know. Just asking. Inquiring minds want to know. Surrender Monkey says, I will never forget you look like Michael Jackson now. You should run on Trump's ticket because lunacy needs company. I would no sooner run on Donald Trump's ticket than anything else. I don't know. Don Shepard, yeah, you happy Canadians. Canadians are happy. Nick Rich says, instituted in 1867, not as old as the USA. That's right, you goddamn right it's not. Swinner Monkey says, how is Canada not British? It's not, it's Canadian. I guess it used to be, right? Are they still under under British rule? Do they still have to kowtow to the crown? Or have they left that? I don't know. I feel like there's a hair or something in my eye. Just trying to get that out of there. Wendy S says, nope, not trying to emulate America. You can keep Trump. Oh, no. No. You know what's going to happen? We're exiling him to Canada. Nick Rich says, look at the money monkey. Look at the money monkey. I would like to have a money monkey. And I would just be, hey, money monkey, I need a 20. You come over. Here you go. Don Chipper says, okay, talk us chatters out. Trucker John, you win. Talk us chatters out? Oh. I don't know. I win, though. I win. Big Hook says, Commonwealth Nation. Whatever that means. Mr. Spock says, a native woman picked me up hitchhiking. She said she was coming back from a protest in Halifax. Then they got work. Justin was going to be in Dartmouth. They hauled ass to get there. Because they wanted to say hi to Justin. Hi, Justin. Hi. We're the protesters, and we just wanted to say hi to you, Justin. Hi, Justin. Justin, do you hear me? Don Shepard says, yeah, let's see. You Camojan, I keep chatting. I want to see John's responses. He's really cool. Well, thank you very much. I'm a cool cat. I'm one cool cat here, right now. Nick Rich, $20 has Queen Elizabeth on it. Ooh, there you go. Hey, Money Monkey, give me one of those Queen Elizabeth 20s, would you? Let's see. Twilight 83, do you think being a trucker would be a good job for a high-functioning autistic adult? I don't know. Autistic adult. Maybe. Yeah. Why not? Surrender Monkey says, check the money. If they get lots of fat balding loser on it, dumb old Trump, you can have your silent coup. Have your silent coup and see what we do. Mr. Fox says, watch the news tonight. They were there with the drums. Oh, I'll be looking for that. And I'll go, hey, there's those native protesters that hauled ass to go see Justin. Andrew Peter says, surrender monkey. Good, send Trump to Vancouver Island. I'll take him crab fishing. I'll deep six the fuck. There you go. It's like, oop, he fell over. Whoops, oopsies. He's gone. I tried to get him, but, you know. Don Shepard says, get a dash cam. I have a dash cam, but I don't have it set up in my car. And I've been thinking about doing that. But I do have my dash cam that I had from my truck. And it's just sitting in a little box in my closet. And a shotgun. I wouldn't mind having a shotgun. Nick Rich, ask an expert. Okay. Expert. Is there any experts in the house? I don't see any. But, hey, Surrender Monkey, 10 pounds. It's in pounds and worth more than Donald's. Well, thank you so much, Surrender Monkey. That's pretty awesome. I've never had a super chat in pounds before, so that's cool. But thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks, Surrender Monkey, for all your support of the Trucker John show. I do appreciate it so much. In pounds, ladies and gentlemen. That's awesome. Donald says, Twilight 83, my autistic son says no. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know much about it, but so I don't know. I guess I don't know. Big Hook says, almost Randy Rhodes time. That is true. It's 11:53 here on the West Coast, Pacific time zone. The show officially starts at noon, and then she doesn't really come on until 12:06, just so you know. So 6 after the hour is when, if you're really jonesing for some Randy, 12:06, or at least 6 after the hour from wherever you're at. Surrender Monkey, yeah, I see that super chat, 10 pounds. Thank you so much again. That's awesome. Nick says, in the future, everyone will wear a body cam. That's kind of like that Black Mirror. They had a few episodes like that where it seems like everyone had cameras like in their eyes and whatever. I could see a future like that. Mr. Spock says, Justin is like Biden. You have to vote for them because the alternative is pretty evil. And also, I think Biden's pretty good. I don't know about Justin Trudeau. I guess he seems okay to me. I don't know. I don't follow real close. I barely follow American politics, let alone Canadian ones. But I like Biden, and I don't think it's just a lesser of two evils. I think Biden's a pretty good guy, and doing a hell of a job, Brownie. Don Schimmer says, "Come on, your name is Trucker John. Ain't you an expert trucker, or is it just keep on trucking?" Well, I mean, I'm not an expert in autism. And putting syllables in the wrong place. And the question was about an autistic, whether a high-functioning autistic person if trucking would be a good career for them. And I don't know, because I don't know enough about high-functioning autistic people. So, that's the thing. Twilight 83 says, Don, he loves driving a standard vehicle and he wouldn't have to be around a lot of people. That's what I was thinking when I was first thinking it would probably be okay. Because you can be, you're in your truck if you're a solo driver and there's just you in the truck. And you can kind of just do your own thing. You have to stop to fuel. You have to stop, at truck stops and, you get your shower and you get food and stuff. But you can kind of just stay to yourself, so. But you do have to... you do have to interact with people, though. When you're picking up a load and dropping off a load, you've got to check in with sometimes security guards. You got to check in with the shipping office, stuff like that. So I don't know. Like I said, I'm not knowledgeable enough about autistic people, and I guess there's a whole spectrum of that. So I don't know. Don Shipper says, just don't get picked on and you don't kill anyone. Yeah, I don't recommend killing anyone. Andrew Pitcher says, I don't have a gun. I have a good rock and a 9-iron. Well, you got to do what you got to do. You got to do what you got to do. Timothy says it's 2:53 here on the East Coast. Now we're at 56 past the hour right now. WW Truckin'. I'm a truckin'. Don Shepard, good point. Nick Rich says dystopia, liberties restricted and rights refused. Dono says Twilight 83, I'm a former instructor. It's a very stressful job. I bet being an instructor, a truck driving instructor. W says they are usually very analytical. We're talking about autistic, high-functioning autistic people, I assume. Diana Olson's here. It says Biden is killing it. He needs 4 more years. Yes, Diana, I agree. First of all, thank you for being here. I don't know if I've seen you before. Thank you so much for being here. And thanks for your participation in the chat. Always welcome. And I think Biden is killing it. I think he's done the best job of any president within my lifetime. And I'm 63 years old. Just so you know. But Big Hook says Poilievre is a real dick. I don't know who Poilievre is, but he apparently is a dick. No answers, just complaints and promises. Rich people tax breaks, typical conservative. I guess we're getting into some Canadian politics. Mr. Spock says you need to get some membership icons at Trucker John, maybe cats. Oh yes, I think Jolie may have mentioned that to me, and I was supposed to. And I think she dropped me a link to go check it out, and I haven't checked it out yet, Jolie. Sorry. But yeah, I need to check into that. I will definitely do that, Mr. Spock and Jolie. Surrender Monkey says, my body cam was weird because of the pole I was trying to use. Did you know that the police think gaffer tape is a GoPro to your penis is illegal if you try filming police? I did not know that, Surrender Monkey. I did not know that. But now I dare. Because of you. Rosebank says, go, Joe, go, Joe, go. I'm riding with Biden. Let's see, we got Mad Max says, I say we take Alcatraz Island and convert it to hold MAGA criminals. Hey, we could call it MAGATRAS. That's a very good idea. I think that's a good idea. We could just make it just Trump Island. Because they always say, we can't put him in a jail, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's just stick him on Alcatraz, and that could be his little island, and cut off all internet access. Because that motherfucker doesn't need to be on the internet. Let's see. Andrew Petrie, the Grateful Dead were awesome in Hamilton, Ontario. Don Schober says, spread the word on Chugga John. It's so relaxing. People need a mind break from awful politics. And even though it's open forum, we'll talk about some politics here and there, but we talk about everything. And it's usually just me reading back chats to you. That's the brilliant part of it. And me talking about how old and sore I am after I walked 10,000 steps. Nick Rich says, more of the same old from PP, Big Hook. Mr. Spock, yes, Biden is, but he could pull the plug on arming Israel, just send a bunch of Can he? Can he pull the plug? Doesn't that take an act of Congress? Aren't these sort of like purse string issues? Hey, look, we've been supporting Israel since its inception, and with good cause, because they have so many enemies all around them. If we pull the plug, and I understand. Look, Netanyahu, I think is awful, and I think how he's handling this war is pretty awful. I don't call it a genocide. I've been supportive of them defending themselves and going after Hamas, and I don't know if resent is the right word, but I am. When people just want to put all this blame on IDF and on Netanyahu without ever mentioning Hamas, I have a real issue with that. But I do think that they're over the top, Israel and from Netanyahu. And I can see how Biden is really getting, impatient and has pretty had enough of it. But people want us to just stop supporting Israel monetarily, financially, or whatever. And if we did that, how long would it be before? I mean, they probably have enough, maybe resources and weaponry to defend themselves for a while. But how long would it take before they just got swallowed up by all the rest of the Middle East? Because they all pretty much hate Israel. So is that what we want to do? We want to just turn our backs on Israel and let the millions of people that live there just get wiped out? Is that what we want to do? I don't think so. I don't think that's what most of us want. Yeah, we want to see an end to this thing in Gaza. We want to see an end to the bloodshed. But it's going to take a lot, and it's going to take both sides. It's going to take Hamas to stop. And I don't think we can just completely turn our backs on Israel. Otherwise, what were all these 70 years for then of supporting them and keeping them alive, keeping them? I don't know why I can't say keeping. Keeping them from being destroyed by Iran and Iraq and Saudis and Egypt and wherever, Lebanon or whatever. All these people that don't think that they should have a right to exist. So this goes beyond just what's going on now. This goes on to the whole 70-year history. I don't think we can just abandon Israel, but I do think we can put pressure on them. And I think Biden is trying to do that. And there's limited things he can do. And I think Biden is really, has had enough of how Netanyahu has been handling this. But I don't know if he can just wave the wand and just, stop all support. And I don't think he should. Like I said, how long would it be before Israel just got completely run over? So, by all the enemies that they're surrounded by. So anyhow, it is 12:03. We have a lot of things going on in the chat. We've been going at it for almost 2.5 hours. Kind of flew by. And I want to say thank you for everyone for being here. Thanks for your participation in the chat. Thanks for the likes, the subscribes, the sharing. Thank you, Super Monkey. I'm going to call you Super Monkey today for the super chat. Surrender Monkey. They were in pounds, and that's cool. I have never gotten anything in pound before. But Andrew Petrie, you buy me a Trump Bible. There's lots of things we could talk about. Well, I think we're at the end of the show. Maybe we can pick it up on the next one, which will be certainly Tuesday, our Tuesday morning talk. We'll do that 9 a.m. Pacific time. I might do some impromptu live streams. I think I might be doing some shorter walks to sort of build myself back up to the 10,000, because the 10,000 took a lot out of me yesterday, believe it or not. But thank you guys all for being here. Thanks for everything. It's great, just hanging out with y'all. And I do appreciate you very, very much. And so with that, I'm going to do some stretching, because even though I didn't, I just want to make sure that I don't pull myself a hammy. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here.